Welcome to Asia. This is by any metric the right continent to be in. You breathe optimism here. When we see crisis in Europe and America, here they see opportunity. But it is no surprise, as the word crisis in Chinese denotes a combination of danger and opportunity. We can see clear signs that Asia is on its way to a faster than expected recovery. And that is good. That is good for all of us in these globalized worlds. For many of us who are based in Europe and the Americas, it may be refreshing to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel. In the immediate aftermath of the Lehman's collapse and the soaring activity in the markets, SWIFT, as Jawar has told us, along with other essential market infrastructures, did what it needed to do. We were up and running. We were operationally sound. We coped with spikes in volumes, and as Jawar just said, we offered peace of mind in the midst of the turmoil. One concrete manifestation of the global recession has been a decline in SWIFT traffic, however, for the first time in our 37-year history. So now that we see signs of recovery in Asia, how long will it take for the rest of the world to follow? Is the worst over? Are we on our way to recovery? What is clear is that SWIFT traffic is a good proxy for economic and financial activity. And we are looking at ways in which we can identify early signs and predict more accurately what the future holds. Back in 2007, I put the concept of customer first front and center in our plans for the cooperative. That commitment is unchanged. It is unchanged despite the crisis and the downturn in business, because if at the first big obstacle, everything we've said about customer centricity goes out the window, then clearly there is something wrong. Mind you, this crisis has given us the best excuse ever, because this is the mother of all obstacles. And that, in fact, has strengthened our commitment. We have launched initiatives that further increase our obsession with customer centricity. For example, we've now worked with 23 of our top clients and have surveyed more than 8,000 individuals within those clients to measure delight, their levels of delight. And the one overarching question is always, would you recommend SWIFT? So far, so good. When many of you think of SWIFT, you think standards. You think straight-through processing. You think quality of support. You think operational excellence. You might even think failure not an option. But do you think efficiency? We must add a new dimension to our value delivery to you: efficiency. And you know the story. You have all gone through it. Deliver more with less. Our target for increased efficiency is 30%. Yes, you've heard correctly, 30%. And we want to do that without degrading the service you receive from us. In fact, the approach should also enable us to improve the service we offer you. 20% will translate into short-term structural cost reductions. The remaining 10% will fund our future. To do that, we cannot just cut our cost arbitrarily. We must ensure that the reduction is here to stay. We must balance our need for standardization and predictability with the need of individuals, especially passionate ones at SWIFT, who we value because they are unique and unpredictable. We have considerable experience in managing industry change programs, and we are applying every single bit of that rigor and discipline to running lean, whilst bearing in mind that we are not only talking about changing processes and procedures, we're also talking about changing mindset and behaviors of our people. But if we are to grow beyond messaging, as Jawar was saying, we have to change now. As the structure of our business changes, our structure, the structure of our cost should also change. And that change is enabled by lean and by a desire to embrace innovation and collaboration. We need to return to the pioneering spirit that created SWIFT 37 years ago. In the run up to Sibos, and since arriving to Hong Kong, I'm sure you will have heard about InnoTribe. InnoTribe is a new SWIFT initiative designed to foster collaboration and innovation with you, the financial community, the partners and the customers and the owners of SWIFT. InnoThrive provides a framework where you can suggest and discuss new ideas relevant for Swift. It comes to life virtually in innothrive.com and physically through events, creative labs, and other forums. In fact, here at Sibos, we are running a complete set of sessions in the context of InnoThrive with technology experts, with business experts, ways in which we can match the two for the benefit of the community. And not just only built by Swift, but built and delivered by the community. Make no mistake, technology is changing the way new products and services are defined, produced, and delivered. The internet and recent social networking techniques and tools, Web 2.0, now enable people to interact without geographical or social boundaries. And Web 2.0 gives a new meaning to the term collaboration, and we have every intent to take advantage of it. This new model encourages more customer centricity. It enables co-creation with customers throughout the development cycle and adopts a more agile and cost-effective development process. In fact, if you look back, the creation of Swift itself is a good example of what we could call now collaborative innovation. Swift is well positioned to act on behalf of the industry. Watch this space. We need to focus our energies on addressing your pain points and business problems. Swift touches financial institutions and corporations in 209 countries around the world. It also touches thousands, if not millions of people, many of whom live in developing economies and are less fortunate than we are ourselves. And then, of course, there is the next generation, the young people who will take over from us and become future movers and shapers. As a company founded within the spirit of a cooperative, I believe we have an obligation to help shape that future. With us this week, we have 3 foundations that we believe in and that we are supporting actively. All fall within the framework of green and giving back. For those of you who were with us in Boston 2 years ago, you might remember OLPC. They don't need introduction. We have continued to support them and have this far contributed in your behalf more than 4 million euros to their cause. This has resulted in 20,000 laptops being deployed in Brazil, Paraguay, Cambodia, Nepal, and Rwanda. And another 6,000 will be distributed to Mozambique and Burundi. Investing in children's education is the right thing to do. A second partner of ours, present at Sibos as well, is the International Polar Foundation. They are committed to climate change, and they are committed to increasing the awareness of the public on those challenges. They create, or try to create, a link between science and society. Through our partnership with them, we want to create more and more awareness about climate change within our community. They also are behind the project of the creation of the first zero-emission polar station in the South Pole. Lastly, and possibly closer to home, we are proud to be here in Hong Kong for the week. You will have seen in your kit a flyer about a foundation called Changing Young Lives. We selected this foundation for a small donation, but more importantly, because our employees here in Hong Kong are committed to get directly involved and make a difference for young children who are underprivileged.